Alrighty. Get some music going here. Unfortunately, I think it's been since last Saturday, if I'm remembering correctly. Just not a very good week this week for the workout streams. But a good week of benching so far, I think. Go ahead and see how today's goes. 3:15. Let's go ahead and update. And what else are we going to do for today? Let's see. We'll do some bicep curl. Maybe we'll still do our modified pull-ups. The one thing is, since we didn't get a chance to stream, we worked out at the gym and was able to get a lot of accessory work. But we'll throw in some more back for the week. That's probably what we're looking like for today. Go ahead and get the weight ready here. All sorts of dirty down here. All right, time for some caffeine. First set. fourth bench day for the week. I think so far so good too. What's going on here? We are frozen on the music. Yeah, I think so far so good with the increased frequency. I wouldn't necessarily say that I've felt performance dip down. In fact, I've had a couple sessions that felt really good. All right, 225. We got 245 loaded up and ready to go next on this lovely Saturday. All right. So we have everything pulled up here. liking how that's feeling. That's feeling good. Next up is 265. And it's feeling pretty good so far. I work hard for that 385. Next goal. Making good changes. No more being lazy. No more not prioritizing it like I should. We are fired up and ready to go. Nice. 287 next. Probably last warm up here. We'll see. We're feeling pretty good, so I don't mind taking that jump. Feeling confident today. Should be no problem. Oh, I just noticed my lights aren't going off. There we go. Now we're talking. $287. Let's get it. Alright, let's go. How's that one looking? Okay, okay. So let's see here. Well, I want to take 315 or 320. Last week, what did we hit last week? Last week was a 310. 325. Yeah, we'll go ahead with the 320. That should be no problem. So I need this. I could have done another one up if I was going 320, but that's okay. 310. Those don't shake off. Big 320. I've definitely noticed under like kind of getting into the heavier weights. It just feels a little off, right? Like it's not anything super heavy or nothing that I've done before, but we kind of had like a chill last block, so getting under some of the heavier weights feels just a little awkward, I guess, is the best way to describe it. So that's why we are going to today. All right, let's go. Come on. All right. Wasn't too bad at all. Because my re-rack was a little off there. Oh yeah, baby. Well, there's my top set. So Now we just go and do some back offs now. Let me go ahead and enter this higher range and see if it changes it to 210. Very nice, very nice. Last time we ran the block, we technically hit 315, so chipped it a little bit from the last time. That does not bring us up, which is perfectly fine. 05 it is. Which means we need to go. I'm actually liking benching 4 times a week. I think I'm kind of still getting used to it though, a little bit. Because on Wednesdays, that means I have to basically do my squat and leg workout a day early, but also on top of that, do that 4th bench day. And Thursday, I just felt like so drained, but I've also been kind of sleeping weird this week. But I was definitely cooked. Gotta stay on top of things for sure. Alright. 3 sets of 8, 205. Bobo's been handling everything pretty good too. I haven't really had any issues with that since the last block. Maybe a little stiff a few of the days, but that's about it. Are we comp gripping this? I remember. I'm not really expecting anything crazy at the end of this block, but I do think like by the end of this block, I'll probably feel pretty acclimated to the new setup, and wouldn't be surprised if we kind of see an immediate performance increase. I don't want to, I guess, make any judgments as of yet, because I think it's only been 2 weeks, right? So most likely, if I am or have been feeling good, it's probably just within means of like a normal variation of, like, you know, sometimes you have really good days, most of the time they're decent, some other time you have bad days, so we're sort of just capturing the peaks right now. But we'll see if it continues to trend. As long as the body can hold up, it'll be well worth it. Oh yeah, I need to check if it is competition or close grip competition. I would say usually this is a pretty consistent range for like my Saturday Larson, but we're like really smoking it today, so that's good. Yeah, historically we run into pec issues with benching, so that's what I meant by like body keeping up. So, but I think as long as we tweak the variables just right, we'll probably be in a pretty good spot to, you know, manage the 4 times a week frequency. My music's good. The stream music is good. All right. So one more bench back offset, and then we're gonna do a little bit of accessory work. I might do a game stream following the workout stream, just since I haven't really got an opportunity to get much in for the week. A little bit of a makeup stream. So pull-ups, barbell curl, and I think that might be a spider web. Tricep extension. Bench is done. Go ahead and get our modified pull-up nice and ready. Did I put that in the right spot? I did not. Go. Okay, this doesn't fly off. Perfect. We got some deadlifts tomorrow as well. Let's see what we got going on for tomorrow. I think I have what am I doing? I'm trying to think here. If I have 4s or 3s for deadlift this block. 1, 2, 3. So I have 3s. So probably like 560, 565 for 3 for this week. We'll see if we can hit a 3 rep max again this block. What was our previous? The last time we ran 3s, we hit 615 for 3. So we have to try to top that. We'll see if we can. I'm trying to remember what we just hit for a 4. It might have been a 610. Or maybe we did 615, so it should be there. What about everybody else? Anybody hitting any workouts this weekend? Or any physical activity? Going on a run, a hike? What is everybody up to? Wish I would have brought some water down with the energy drink. Got nothing to drink now. That should make a pretty good time here. Second set of our first accessory, and it's been about 40 minutes. Get a lot done in 45 minutes to an hour. That I think we often underestimate. This week, man, I've been like, it's been looking pretty thick. Need to check the body weight, make sure we're still hovering where we're at. Cleaning up a little bit, which is what I wanted to do for the summer. Added in, some more accessory work. Since we haven't been doing quite as much. Working on some additional physical activity too. Some walks. Good to get that in. Doesn't have to be complicated, that's for sure. one more set of pull-ups. Then we'll probably go ahead and just superset the dumbbell tricep and the bicep curls. Forearms are looking meaty. All right. Putting in the earbuds, getting serious for this last little bit. Elephant Ambien, welcome in. Well, I think it's pretty much no different than any healthcare provider that's evidence-based, right? It just means the way we practice is informed and certainly like motivated or weighted towards what the evidence suggests is, the most effective. What works, just being knowledgeable about what works, what doesn't work. Doing your best to maintain, up to the current knowledge. Striving to continue your education beyond graduation. No, I do not. In fact, I would say that's, I don't want to shit on anybody that does, but I would say that's pretty silly. We'll actually need this right here. Perfect. Elephant, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. So yeah, welcome in for all things fitness, specifically powerlifting, rehab, pain injury related, the occasional gaming stream. So I passed the test. Now, are you like a fellow healthcare provider, or you're just pretty up to date and pragmatic and realize that subluxation is a silly term for us to use? Okay, so bicep curls, tricep extensions. Nurse, perfect. Well, glad to have you in. I figured from just the question about what I meant by evidence-based, it was potentially maybe also a little test question. Hopefully I gave a decent answer. But yeah, I just try to avoid any biases, and I went into Chiro school already disagreeing with some things, so it was very easy for me to just seek out some of those things on my own versus just try to believe everything that the teachers were saying. There's definitely still some old heads teaching, but there was some good new age, I would say, teachers in my at my school. As a matter of fact, I think when I was in like high school, it was probably around high school, maybe like first year of community college, I saw a Chiro that was kind of set up at this gym, and they told me that I had a shoulder subluxation, and so I didn't really understand obviously what that meant, and I tried looking it up, and obviously the medical terminology for a shoulder subluxation is much different, so I was left very confused to say the least. So, of course, not only is something like that a Chiro issue, I just think that in terms of like healthcare providers, we tend to do a very poor job of communicating because we're not taking into consideration that other people don't have the same knowledge or education as we do. Clearly, that's why they're seeking our help out. So we need to like simplify things, or at least talk in layman's terms a little better. Unfortunately, there's just a lot of crap out there. That's kind of part of like why I created the channel. Spread some good, solid information on some of these topics. Of course, without, giving very specific individual advice to people. Never a no-no, or certainly a no-no on the internet. Appreciate some good chiros. They almost like sports medicine. Yeah, certainly, in a sense. I think I guess in the grand scheme of things, we probably have a role to fit. At least the really good ones. I won't ask you to talk shit about your cohort. Well, probably gonna do it anyways. In some capacity. I just don't want anybody coming in here thinking that I only, shit on other professions when I'm quite critical of my own. So certainly just a lot of issues across the healthcare spectrum in general. I'm sure you have your own stories too. Well, certainly thanks for being transparent. Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. I guess there's no good response to that. I think it's really tough, of course, for like nurses and, well, maybe specifically also like MDs, is they just have such a high patient load, right? And it's just like, where would they ever find time to try to stay up to date or, you know, improve their clinical expertise? Not enough doctors and nurses out there. Definitely a special breed if you really try to stay up to date the best you can. Oh yeah, so typically, especially like powerlifters, you'll see something like these. They're basically just like slippers or water shoes. They have really good grips at the bottom, so they're good for benching. When you're really trying to optimize getting leg drive, but I would say specifically really good for deadlift. They got the flat sole, can really grip the ground. They are glorified water shoes.
When I walk into the kitchen, you saw the look on my face, you saw the look on my heart to get out of this place. I seen something I've never seen before. When you put on the pineapple, we couldn't be friends anymore.
Fortunately, a little bit more pricier than water shoes too. But yeah, they work really good, especially if you're a power lifter, I would say, to be specific. So do you do some working out yourself, Elephant? The right shoes make one hell of a difference? Oh, for sure, yeah. I mean, you can really get some good traction with these. Cardio nerd, okay. Brooks, okay, yeah. Yeah, the right shoes is a good start across, I guess, you know, multiple forms of physical activity. Now, do you do any 5Ks, marathons, anything like that, or just pure enjoyment? Your preferred form of physical activity? Treadmill? Gotcha. Well, dang, we made some pretty good time for today's workout. Sitting at about an hour. Got our whole bench portion. Treadmill and gaming. Nice. Now, I've kind of considered getting one of those adjustable desks and then getting one of the like little under the desk treadmills that I've been seeing. That would certainly be nice. I think anybody that sits at a desk for a long period of time, those are like great ways to kill two birds with one stone. For sure. Alright, we'll kind of just load up a little bit for next session. Get nice and prepped for, I think, Monday. Monday should be the next bench stream. And we'll put on so a nurse, gamer, and fellow fitness enjoyer. Look at you go. I think we're pretty much cleaned up and set up for the next one. Probably hang out for a few minutes, chat for a little bit longer. If anybody has any questions, comments, suggestions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Of course, everybody have a good rest of the weekend if you're popping out. We might do a gaming stream following once we get done with today. I'm just trying to think of what I would stream. Lots of options. It's not the lack of options, it's the too many options. Honestly, Lost Ark, here's like the whole timeline, right? Like Lost Ark was a ton of fun, and then like it slowly, in my opinion, gotten to be less fun as time goes on. But when it first launched, it was amazing. It was honestly, like, being completely honest, I was like super addicted to Lost Ark when it first came out. Now I think I've kind of just been like in maintenance mode, hoping that some certain things like change or that they make improvements, you know, so that I'm not behind if that happens and I get back into it. I think the new player experience as of right now, if you haven't been playing, it's like pretty poor. Obviously, there's some systems in the game that are very time gated, or you pay to get them if you haven't been playing long enough. Just hoping new D4 season is decent. Yeah, I haven't really kept up with D4, but I know that they're kind of doing a little bit of an overhaul, so. I played launch D4, did the story, got up to, I don't know, I think in the 70s, and I just decided that it wasn't worth the rest of the grind just to only have Uber Lilith. And like that was pretty much it. I feel like they kind of dropped the ball early on. So we'll see if they can pick things back up. Last Epoch though, I'm trying to think how long it's been since I played. Maybe a month and a half to 2 months ago. The last Epoch Falconer was like the most fun that I've played, or that I've had playing an ARPG. Like that was a ton of fun. I was very surprised with how much fun I had in last Epoch. I definitely think like I'll pick it back up for like when new seasons hit, and like actually hard push. I don't really hard push the other ARPGs. I typically fall off on them, but I do think that last Epoch would be one that I would go back to and like really get into, you know, as much as I can. Yeah, that was a good one. There's just been a lot of good things on the horizon. A lot of good like single player games this year so far. I feel like last year was like a total drought. Like I was just begging for something else to play other than Lost Ark, and there's just been so many good single player releases. So I'm also still hoping that Throne and Liberty is good when it launches for us, because I was super stoked for that. And I think that they've kind of been delaying things until they, you know, fix it for the other regions and like just have a better overall experience. We did get into the closed beta test that starts on the 10th. Of course, it's NDA though, so I won't be streaming it or anything like that. But that was one I was super excited for, so hopefully they make good changes. I'm a little bit of like a gacha game enjoyer too, so there's some stuff coming up in that genre that I think there's room to be excited for. Wuthering Waves, I'll definitely be hitting that pretty hard, and I think that's like mid-May, so we got a little bit of time to kill. Playing some classic WoW and Helldivers. Yeah, so I played I was playing, you know, Seasons of Discovery. I played Phase 1, and it was like, you know, fairly fun. I was kind of like a raid logger. And then I leveled up for Phase 2, and I did the raids. I did Nomer like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times, but Phase 2 felt really stale, so I actually canceled my sub. I didn't resub for Phase 3. I'm gonna kind of feel it out and see what other people think of it, but man, I just feel like Phase 2 was a miss for sure. The PvP event for Phase 2 was not good at all. So I definitely hear you there. The PvP was it definitely didn't hit. I'm trying to think what even is. So I think this might be a kind of a niche game at this point in 2024, but Brighter Shores is another one I'm kind of looking forward to in quarter 3. That's sort of like, I guess what RuneScape 3 should have been. There's Throne and Liberty, Brighter Shores, Who knows if Blue Protocol is gonna release this year, since they've like been delaying Throne of Liberty. Because Amazon, it's like, with them, it's Throne of Liberty first, and then it's Blue Protocol. But if Throne of Liberty keeps getting pushed back further into 2024, then, like, who knows if we even get Blue Protocol this year. But I also have seen that that's not doing super well in its region either. So I feel like Amazon kind of got catfished on a couple deals. And now they're the ones that are probably having to fork money to fix it. Which, you know, of course they do have the money, so. Yeah, Throne of Liberty, Spider Shores, Blue Protocol. I know there's another one that's Chrono Odyssey. I'm not quite sure how confident we are that it's actually coming out this year, though. So, not too sure about that. But Wuthering Waves, for a gacha, I think it'll be, you know, super duper fun. Am I missing anything for this year? Hopefully we aren't just left having to play World of Warcraft. Oh, Final Fantasy 14 expansion. That'll be a good one. I need to finish up my relic weapon. For the first time ever with the new expansion, the relic weapon is actually not too bad to like grind out. So I think I was like on my last step, right? I was on my last upgrade. I kind of just fell out of playing. Need to get back into that and prep up for the new expansion. Gosh dang, we just got so much to do. Bowser, good to have you in, by the way. Good to see you. I'm concerned you might have to play Cataclysm. Yep. That is the unfortunate reality of things in 2024. Except, for me, I've really kind of given up on WoW. But the Seasons of Discovery, when it was announced, seemed like it seemed cool. It seemed unique. That it was, you know, good enough to give it a try, but I don't know. I don't think I could go back to WoW. I don't know. I think the last one I played, what was that one that I played last? Let me find the name of it. World of Warcraft expansion. It wasn't this. Was it the past one? The last one I played was Shadowlands. Shadowlands was so ass. It was terrible. Torghast was the worst experience ever. And it took them so long to make changes to it. After Shadowlands, I was burnt for good. Like, no matter how nicely they wrap an expansion in a nice present, a nice gift wrap, I can't go back. I've learned my lesson. It's time to stop huffing on the copium and realizing that they don't listen to the community when they have bad ideas, at least initially. Yeah. Just played some solo shuffle arena. It sounds like you're pretty PvP oriented. Yeah, retail is just, I don't know. It's been a while since I got into retail PvP. It was probably actually Shadowlands, if I had to guess. What was it? Because they had like those faction abilities, right? I can't remember what they were called, but you could pick the faction, level it up, and get the abilities. And then there was one for druids that was just ridiculous. It was so cracked. The one where it would shoot out like 15 to 20 abilities at the same time. Like, what were they thinking? And I don't know if it ever got nerfed. The entire time I played druid, but I played one of the other factions, and I'm like, I'm not gonna swap and do all the things for this one because there's no way it doesn't get nerfed. And it just didn't. It was so ridiculous. Yeah, convoke the spirits, or invoke the spirits. That was ridiculous. I don't know what they were thinking. But I seriously was just like, I'm not going to make the swap and grind out all the faction levels again because there's no way that it just doesn't get nerfed. And then it just never did, at least for the duration that I played. Before I just was like, yeah, this is terrible. Alright, well, we are going to wrap up the workout stream portion. Like I said, I think I'll probably move everything upstairs and then get a nice gaming stream in. I'm trying to think of what I might play. I did get Dragon's Dogma, and I tried streaming it the one day, but I don't got it like that. Like, the PC isn't that super high of quality that you need to just be alone run Dragon's Dogma, but also stream it. But I know that they're like making performance changes, so I'm not quite sure where they're at with that. I haven't tried playing because I'm like, if I can have a way better experience playing the game, then like I'll just wait for it. But there's of course other things I could play as well. But yeah, we'll warm up some food, get everything set up, and then probably do a little gaming stream too. So peace out. Have a good weekend if you don't pop in for that one, and I should see you on Monday for the next workout stream in the afternoon. Peace. It'll be about 15-20 before I get set up.